Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Second and three.
At the 32-yard line.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. They get this right past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. To the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
Planted in the backfield.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. 8 yards yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
That was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kittles. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces. The conventional swings aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Brings up second and 5. At the 30.
Back to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Thomas.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
A nice move by Nelson. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. First and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. goes. That'll be a first down. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Decided to see, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That will go for 21 yards, and it will result in a fresh set of downs. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Bears nothing.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 7-yard line.
This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Scrimmage back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
It's now fourth down and goal.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams,
defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Chicago.
Cohen, the ball carrier.
Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fair catch signal for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On the carry, it's Cook. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
This one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion. On
play action, they'll throw. McMahon is pass complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Smith catches left side, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Cook, he's got it off the ball. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Deep ball for Goodwin, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2nd and 6. It's Smith. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
49-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop the throw. This will be down by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. He'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Zane Gonzalez onto the field goal. 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Takes it at the 7. Breaking the huddle, first and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Looking to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Third down. And 6 yards to go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll run forward to Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Bears 21, Vikings 20.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. Brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards on the play, first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Cook out of the gun. Cook a first down and more. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw. And Cook has it left side. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Smith. 7 yards to pick up there.
One thing you're looking for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to the ground, Cook. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It's a gain of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
Point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And it is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. His throw incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's 3rd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. Got his man complete. Chicago! Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Santos with the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin their 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
In the heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. With a pick. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball. Whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback, you have a much better opportunity. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Time to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out here trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some room to maneuver. They'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, 28 yards on the ground. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They run. Cook. They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Taken down by
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
He's going to take him down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle, a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. They'll set up to throw. Man, and he hits him in stride. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now Cook. Get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
Brings up second.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On second down, it's Cook. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flag's fly. And this one could be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
Difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And complete right side to Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
It's caught. Nelson. And all the way down inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run with Cook. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They try again with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. And this time he is in. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Vikings 31, Bears 31.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they spotted at the 49. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run. This is Cohen. across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. To throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 35. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cohen. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. That's out to the left and complete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. He's going to let it fly. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Johnson. That is going to seal this victory as time runs out. We were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Bears, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.